Okay, Stig, a pretty happy Christmas so far on the pitch, isn't it?
Yeah, mate. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to everybody else. Obviously, a little bit afterwards now, but I thought I'd say it anyway. Yeah, no, we've been a bit spoiled, haven't we, with the two games we've had over the Christmas period, really. I mean, the Spennymoor game, the second half was eventful to say the least. And, just I did laugh with the manager and said, You're not keen on a point, are you, in those circumstances? And yeah, just an amazing, unbelievable atmosphere. Great second half performance from the lads after, a disappointing first half, where I thought Spennymoor were decent, to be fair, which isn't a surprise given their record over the years. But the way we kept on going and we kept throwing bodies forward and, kicking towards the meadow end, you kind of an unusual feeling for a Hereford fan, I think, of many years to think, actually, we're going to win this here, just to actually have that little bit of kind of belief that actually we might get the winning goal. And I mean, two absolute snotters, to use some sort of dodgy footballing parlance. Lass's goal in itself was a fantastic moment, given, we all, it's been well documented, the sort of his bereavement a few weeks ago and that sort of stuff. So an absolute screamer. And then Cowles to stick it in the top corner from the edge of the box, and everything about the day was great. The videos of the celebrations afterwards that Toby was putting on our social media channels were absolutely brilliant. Andy Williams returning to the field was absolutely magnificent. So yeah, just a great day and a brilliant atmosphere. And there was a real buzz around the place after the game in the bars and that sort of stuff. And one or two people said to me, just leaving the ground and making their way to the cars. There was just a real buzz. And so yeah, a really great day. And then to follow it up with kind of like a ridiculous game of football at Gloucester, really, in so many ways. And again, I think I said after the game, the heart and the desire and the drive the players showed, going 2-1 down with 15 to go. Many times in my Hereford supporting career, I think, well, that's done, isn't it? But you just felt that we were still in it, weren't you? And then, we were, I think I used the word relentless with the manager, and we were that last 10 minutes of normal time in injury, we were just relentless. We just kept going and kept going and kept going. And in the end, I thought we deserved to win the game, to be honest with you, because we were so dominant in that last period. And we could, I think we had 5 clear-cut chances probably in injury time. So yeah, unbelievable day. Great day out. I think the support there was fantastic in terms of numbers. I mean, we easily had more than half of the supporters in the ground. I don't know, it must have been 1,200 plus, I would have thought. There were huge numbers. I know it wasn't necessarily put out as that in terms of the attendance figures, but we absolutely had more than half the ground, and there were 1,000 plus Hereford fans there, and the support was fantastic.
Yeah, the atmosphere all season really, but I think certainly games like that, the fans are really up for it. The atmosphere was great, singing throughout from the first minute to the last, wasn't there? Obviously a few kind of disappointing scenes, I guess, towards the end with the fans round by the goal. I know you went down and spoke to a few at the time. And I guess it's just a reminder of kind of their responsibilities as supporters. And at the time, I think it was 2-2, wasn't it? And, we were going for the win. So I think they just maybe have a think and what they might, the impact that they do might have on the game.
Yeah, absolutely right. I mean, the support the lads have had this year has been absolutely outstanding. The noise levels have been brilliant, and consistently the noise levels have been brilliant. But sometimes we do have to say as a club, just fans remember, the supporters just need to remember their responsibilities. They're representing our club as much as the players are. As you said, we were in the away end behind that goal, just to the right of the goal. And I did wander over when there was sort of net was being sort of fiddled with, and just sort of say, and yes, you shouldn't be doing it from a behaviour point of view, but also actually at that point in the game, we were so dominant that all Gloucester would have wanted was a delay to the game to try and take our momentum away. And I was just literally just stop it now. This is not helping. It's not helping us reputationally, but actually it's not helping the players and the team, because a delay in the game at that stage could easily have gone against us and we might not have got the winning goal. And that was the point I tried to make to supporters, was like, leave the goal alone, we can win this. I probably didn't make it quite as politely as that, to be fair, but that was the point I wanted to make. But so yeah, again, don't want to make a big thing of it. because the support has been so positive and fantastic. But what I would say is just remember and just, have some, give it some thought and just make sure that you're representing yourself well and representing our club well at all times. And, don't cause additional administration work for the staff in the office. With the crowds we're getting at the moment, you've all got more than enough to be getting on with without having to ever be dealing with sort of documentation coming in about matches that we've just played and stuff.
Yeah, well, looking ahead to the crowd for New Year's Day, I mean, tickets are absolutely flying out. Even yesterday it was we'd expect it to be a quiet day really, but tickets online were just going constantly. So it looks like it's going to be a really big crowd. My initial estimates were kind of 3,000, but it could be upwards of 3.5 at the moment. That's with maybe 150, 200 from Gloucester. So it's looking like it's going to be a really, really great atmosphere and a really good turnout.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's so refreshing to actually be able to just look forward to each and every game, isn't it? I mean, I think that's been one of the nicest things about it, is actually it's like, oh, can't wait for Saturday, can't wait to, and it's just a great feeling. I mean, it'd be absolutely brilliant to get our highest league, if we get our highest league crowd of the season on New Year's Day. That would be absolutely fantastic. I thought the crowd for the Spennymoor game on 2 days before Christmas to get 2,700 on was absolutely brilliant. Fair play to the 48 Spennymoor fans who'd made that journey as well 2 days before Christmas, because that can't have been easy. And I thought they were great and they made some decent noise. I mean, probably wasn't fabulous for them to lose the game in injury time, but I thought they represented themselves and their club fantastically well. So yeah, no, again, another fixture to really look forward to. I'm sure Gloucester are smarting after the game on Boxing Day, so hopefully we can continue to go about the business in the way that we are. And it's just it's just so lovely to see where we are positioned at the moment. I think it's fair to say it's kind of a little unexpected to find ourselves where we're currently positioned, but actually I think it is probably a fair reflection of the way the lads have performed, certainly since everything settled down sort of after that first 6 to 8 weeks and everybody's adjusted to it and got used to everything. It's just been a great time and a long way to go, and on and off the field, but I just think in terms of where we are, it's just been a great time of late to be a Hereford fan.
And credit to Paul for the squad that he's kind of assembled. Much has been spoken about the budget and the reduction and things like that, but he's got a team that want to play, and I think that's kind of shown in their desire in the 99th minute to try and get a winner.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's an unbelievable budget, is the rumour that I've heard, apparently, and it probably is unbelievable, but not in the way that it was probably phrased, I think. But yeah, no, it's and they're such a good bunch of lads as well, and again, just the bond and Willow coming back, and scoring twice. Well, scoring twice. I think there's a bit of a debate about whose goal it was still, I think, in terms of the winning goal, but just for him to come back and have an influence, and it was. I mean, just in the 2 cameos, you just can, you just think, that's the quality you get, isn't it, and the experience and you get, and when Yusuf, he dinked that cross up, and as soon as you could see Andy Williams waiting under it, even though it was going to be a difficult header, you just knew. I think you just knew he's going to find a way of directing it back across the goal, and it was a brilliant header, and it was just a great moment, wasn't it? A really proud moment to be a Hereford fan, and Willow, as I'm sure, was absolutely delighted. So yeah, no, great, and we just got to keep on going and take nothing for granted and see where we get to. I could probably wheel out 1,000,001 football cliches now, but I'll try and avoid that.
Yeah, but I think one of the really pleasing things, and I think what the fans are warming to, is it's quite clear that the players are really enjoying it, and they're buzzing as well. And talking to a few on WhatsApp, really excited for the coming game against Gloucester on New Year's Day. You don't always get that in the football side, do you? So, and I think that kind of shows, and the fans definitely pick up on that.
Yeah, I think so. And actually, you look at the players themselves and the individuals in amongst them. There are a few that probably themselves weren't entirely sure how they would fare at this level. People have stepped up from below and come in and have really acquitted themselves brilliantly. And people have come in and out of the side. And I mentioned to Ollie Southern, who's probably spent a lot of the season kind of waiting for an opportunity, but he's come in and done really, really well. And now you look at the bench on Saturday and you look at the players who haven't been able to make the match day squad, and you're thinking, we're doing all right here. This isn't going too bad, to be honest.
Yeah, touch wood as well on the injury front. That's looking quite rosy at the moment as well. So, plenty to look forward to on the pitch, hopefully in 2024. And there's quite a bit to look forward to, hopefully, off it as well, with the leases, the Blackfriars End, what might happen with that. New floodlights coming in kind of March time, I think. So hopefully 2024 promises to have quite a few exciting moments for us.
Yeah, 100%. It's off the field. It's probably fair to say it's been a tough period at times since the end of last season and through. And thankfully Paul's gone about his work brilliantly and been able to lead on the football side of things. And there's been a lot of work done off the field by the board, by the directors, by yourself and the staff to try and get ourselves into a better position. And we certainly feel a bit more like we've stabilised. And then hopefully we can now start to look at some of the things that we would like to have been looking at a bit sooner. Clearly, we had a couple of great meetings with the council in December, which ended some really positive announcements from the council, which was really good to see. So I've got to try and pin down a couple of dates early in the new year when I get that opportunity. Darren Ball, the stadium director, has done a lot of work sorting out our new lighting and our new floodlights, and we're hopeful that they may well be installed sometime around March, which would be great progress again, because we all know they're not fabulous at the moment, and that would be fantastic. And we're just trying to keep moving things forward off the field as best we can. But we've gone through that period where we have had to work really hard to stabilise. I think we've managed that now, and the long and short of it is the success of your football club off the field stems from the things that are going on it, because it's that stimulates the interest. And we've been hugely lucky with the product that Paul's managed. I can't believe I've used the word product, but the product that Paul has put on the field. We've been hugely fortunate with all our home draws in the FA Cup, because clearly, in the cup, because clearly that makes a difference. And yes, you've got to share the gate money, but actually we've had some decent gates in the competitions, which has been brilliant. So so hopefully a lot to be positive about, not taking anything for granted. We've got to keep trying to move ourselves forward, but it's certainly we feel in a much better place now, I think. And I'd like to think that it's obvious to most people that we are in a much better place now than we were, say, 6 months ago.
And it makes such a difference with gates of 2,700 as well. So credit to the fans. I think you touched on it before, the Spennymoor game, historically, probably the Saturday before Christmas, probably one of the lower gates. To have 2,700 was fantastic. So credit to the fans for the part that they played in all that as well.
Yeah, I mean, God, the numbers have been fantastic. I think what's our probably lowest league gate is 1,700, 1,800 maybe on one of those cold Tuesday nights with the Champions League on, and they're notoriously difficult to get good crowds in for those. But generally, aside from that, I think we've been 2,000 plus pretty much all the time. I'd like to think on New Year's Day we're going to beat the Darlington gate, which I think is our highest of the season so far, isn't it? I think at home. So yeah, no, just a massive thank you to everybody. I mean, I hope people are enjoying the ride so far. I think from speaking to people do seem to be really enjoying it. Thanks to every single fan for their support, because it has made a huge difference this year. And we can say Happy New Year to everybody, and let's hope it is a Happy New Year, because I hope at the moment, right at this moment, it does feel like there's a lot to look forward to potentially.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Well, have a good New Year's Eve, and I will see you bright and early New Year's Day.
You know me, mate.